The latest violence comes as Egypt tries to rebuild its economy, already hit hard by the uprising earlier this year. Joining us now to talk about how big of a setback this could be going forward via Skype is Mohamad Al-Ississ. He's the assistant professor of economics at the American University of Cairo. Professor, it's good to have you back on the Global Exchange. Let me just jump right in because of our connection here. This seems to be a very frayed relationship, if I'm reading it correctly, between the military, reluctant to give up control, and the new Islamists who've been waiting on the sidelines during the rule, of course, of Mr. Mubarak. And now we have fissure in between. Is that a correct reading?
Absolutely, absolutely, John. What we're witnessing now is basically a clash between the military council, who perhaps the way they've been behaving is reflects their view that this revolution, the Arab Spring, has been a transition-based corrective movement. And true revolutionaries in Tahrir Square who've been really seeing this as a more transformative, all-out revolution, and they're in a fight to overthrow the remnants of the previous regime.
Would you describe what we're getting into right now? When we talked earlier on the phone, you said it was actually quite scary for you because you went to the pyramids with relatives and there are no tourists at all. And this is a 15% of hard earnings for the country. This is close to financial Armageddon, is how you described it.
Absolutely, John. I've been having relatives visiting from out of town. I've been doing the usual tourist thing. I've seen 2 tourist buses at the pyramids. Usually you see tens, if not hundreds, of tourist buses lining up to see the Great Pyramids. This is scary, given that 1 out of every 7 Egyptians make their living out of tourism. This is quite concerning to me. At a time where the country is burning cash at an unprecedented rate with foreign reserves, where the interest rate from borrowing within domestic Egyptian bonds is at record high, where the current reserves of the current cash burn continues, would probably last something between 7 to 9 months. I'm not really any more certain that this country could escape facing this financial Armageddon before the presidential election scheduled for end of June, if this uncertainty continues to unfold.
What is the role of the youth right now, then, Mohammed? If they're not happy with what they've elected because they can't take office, and the military is not in the dialogue with the Islamists nor the youth, how do we move forward? That's the big question if you're looking at it from the outside.
That's the big question, how to resolve this deadlock. I've been pleading previously regarding this collapse of trust that has been infested this country and the different social status and different players here. What we need is transparency. What we need is more truth going forward and clarity about the planning, more participatory process in the decision-making in order to really resolve this uncertainty, which has really been destroying this country. This country is literally and figuratively currently burning. And economically speaking, we're approaching the threshold after which it's going to become very hard to restore trust in the system.
Okay. Good to see you, Mohammed. Thanks for joining us with your analysis tonight. Mohamad Al-Ississ of the American University of Cairo. Well,